Hi, I'm Gary White with Channel 6 Central Kentucky Television. I'm here with Dorothy White, who is the Executive Director for the Nelson County Schools Community Support Foundation. And we're going to talk about several items that are coming up, some information on some of the different programs that are happening, and also an opportunity for you to nominate some people for a prestigious award too, right?
We do, Gary. We're very excited about this. This is something that they haven't done for a few years. So it's an award that goes to a distinguished alumni. They must have graduated from the Nelson County schools, but that includes Chaplin, Bloomfield, New Haven, all the schools in the surrounding area that at one time were high schools and were graduating seniors.
Absolutely. And that award is called the Gerald, Florence Outstanding Alumni Award, right?
It is, and the reason it has that name, I understand that he was an excellent principal in the system, and so for when this began in the year 2000, that's when the foundation was founded, and they decided that they wanted to do a distinguished award, and so it was named after him as a special principal. He was a principal at Nelson County Schools.
And the very first person to get that award was
Miss Dixie Hibbs, someone I think we're all familiar with, or most folks know her from the community. She's involved in so many different areas, and Dixie was at one time our mayor of Bardstown, and one of the very few women mayors, may have been the first.
Yeah.
But she was the first one to win this award, and then each year we have folks can nominate whomever as long as they know someone that has graduated from the Nelson County schools, and then also just what they have excelled in. It could be in their professional or in the school system, whatever, wherever they have excelled in their life.
Okay, and that award their applications are now being taken for that, and if somebody has somebody they'd like to nominate, how can they go about doing that?
There's actually a couple of different ways. They can either call me directly. My number is 502-827-3290, and that will come directly to me. They can ask for a form at the central office or at both of the high schools. We do have those forms available there too. And it's also online at www.communitysupportfoundation.org or at the Nelson County Schools. And so really there's a lot of different ways. If you want to get a hold of someone, just let me know, and we'd be more than happy to get that application to you, and then you can just fill that out. We do want your information as well so they know who nominated them.
Absolutely. And nominations are due by April 2nd.
April 2nd, yes, that's a Monday, and we'd like them in by that because the event where all these will be notified is going to be on Thursday, April the 26th. That's going to be held at Thomas Nelson High School. And if you've not been to the auditorium yet, have you been to the auditorium?
Yes.
Several people have told me that they're really looking forward to seeing that. So we are going to offer tours that evening on Thursday the 26th of April, and you can come at 5 o'clock, and we are going to have students that are going to take you on a short tour, well, a half an hour of the school system, so you can really see just how incredible this school is. Nelson County, we had our last event there, so this one's going to be at Thomas Nelson, and then our next event will be going back to Nelson County. So.
Absolutely. So again, this is all part of the Nelson County Schools Community Support Foundation, which does support both Thomas Nelson as well as Nelson County Schools. Tell us a little bit about the foundation too, if you would, for us.
Absolutely. It was founded in the year 2000, and it was by concerned parents and teachers and business owners that knew that there were so many things that the school system was not being covered by their taxes. Probably one of the biggest programs that I always talk about is the backpack program with the Feeding America. They're very active in that program, have been from day one. That was one of the things they wanted to make sure children obviously perform and study so much better if they've had a good lunch and now even a breakfast. And now they even have backpacks for them for the summer that they can take home, with them. For some kids, there's no one at home when they get there. So this way they'll have a snack, they'll have a meal and some breakfast in the morning to get their day started. That's an exciting program. Some of the other things that we have done, well, we've worked with all the different schools, and we do have a grant application process. It's available on our website, and again, I gave that to you. It's just communitysupportfoundation.org, and you just go in under grants. There's a form that they have to fill out. It doesn't have to be approved of by the principal of whatever school system that you're asking for a particular item. Tech support, we get a lot of that. The other one that has just recently been brought to my attention was the Early Learning Center. The Early Learning Center has just been a great thing for Nelson County. They'll take children as young as 3 and take them right up until they attend school. That way they're much more prepared emotionally, physically, just doing some of the things that they do in the everyday classroom. So prepares them for kindergarten and just gives them an opportunity to become very social, with other kids. If they're an only child or, maybe just have one older brother or sister, gives them an opportunity to just get, real comfortable with that before they start kindergarten.
That's great.
And they also would receive a breakfast or a snack while they're there. So again, it's an opportunity for kids that are out there in the community that just really need that little head start and get them kicked off in the right direction.
Absolutely. And the Community Support Foundation takes resources from members of the community. You can donate to the foundation.
We do.
But also you can get tickets for this event. And again, the event is on Thursday, April the 26th. And there'll be a meal, there'll be a tour, and then there'll also be the program where they're going to present the 2018 Distinguished Students Recognition. But they also are going to talk about 2018 scholarship winners, right?
They are.
And you have several scholarships that are available, right?
We do. When I started with the program, there were several that had been in existence for a great many of years, some since day one when the foundation started. But do you want me to read through these,
Sure,
Gary,
that'd be great.
so that they have those? Because we have added a few.
Right, and people are available. You can get information on any of these different scholarships if you have a student potentially apply.
You do.
Right?
Actually, the forms are already available through the counselors at both high schools. I have been to both of the high schools. The counselors work very closely with the senior students. Even if you can just get, any kind of scholarship that's going to help you get started.
Absolutely.
So we have the Cindy Ethington Memorial Scholarship, and hers is for someone who excels in English or drama. Ann Ewing Memorial Scholarship is for advanced mathematics, and she actually provides 2 different scholarships for hers. Okay. Then we have the Tyler M. Foster Memorial Scholarship. This is for community service, and many times they try to be selective into maybe a lower income family or someone who might need help more so than someone that's going to get a total scholarship for soccer or maybe for football or some athletics. Right. So there's some alternatives there. The Taylor Martin Memorial Scholarship has been in existence for 2 years, and so we do ask when they start their scholarships that they have a 3-year minimum, because once we get the forms and all the paperwork filled out, obviously with the state and through our system, we want to make sure it's in existence for some time. All of these have been for at least 3 to 5 years already, and they're all growing. It just keeps, anytime anyone wants to donate, they can just go on the website. They can specify exactly which scholarship they would like that to go to. And so we make sure that that's where it goes. Then we have the Kathy Mattingly Kidwell Scholarship, and hers is new this year. And we actually have, I just received a notice yesterday that Life Touch Photography will be giving away another scholarship this year. And so we just really feel very excited about that. It's just given our kids one more chance to have an opportunity to, excel in one area or another, or if they, don't know what they're going to do in college, this kind of, just gives them an idea of which direction they might want to go.
Absolutely. And as you were saying, any resources are beneficial when you are going into college.
Yes.
So the forms are available for any of those scholarships as well, and then they'll be announced at this event also. And you'd like to have as many people as possible attend, of course, and it is an alumni event, but there are some alumni that you're finding it difficult to get in touch with, right?
We are, if they're not, if they've moved, which 90% of the people have, we might not have a current address. And so what we're doing with that is we have put a notice in the newspaper saying that, we're missing our classmates. We would really like to get as many of that alumni there as possible. The 2018 graduates will be invited, and their tickets will be covered. But because we'd like to get as many of them, what we want to do, obviously this is a generation thing. So someone that has attended Nelson County in the past is going to be able to meet a lot of the young people that are attending now.
Right.
And so they can just kind of appreciate where each one has, the life, where they're at in life and how much they have to learn.
And it's a good networking opportunity, particularly for those graduating seniors, because they may need the resources of past alumni in the future for jobs and different opportunities too. So it's a good opportunity for those seniors to meet up with them.
Right. And a lot of our seniors, I'm always amazed at how grown up they are. In fact, I have a grandson that's graduating this year. I can't believe it. But every opportunity that we have to connect with someone of another generation, especially someone that has gone through the same school system that you have a connection either with family, usually family in the area, that they might still have someone here. And then also we have the awards for the distinguished alumni. And that's another thing that, we'll be announcing that evening. And then also who won the Gerald Florence Outstanding Alumni Award. Just someone in your community that you feel has just gone that extra step, taken more initiative, done more work, worked a little harder, someone that just stands out in your mind.
Absolutely.
And I can think of several off the top of my head. So I don't vote, but I certainly do sit on the committee, and it's very interesting to me to have all of those, a lot of wonderful people out there. And Nelson County school system, being the largest school system in Nelson County, has a lot of graduates to choose from.
Absolutely.
So be sure and apply for that award.
Absolutely. And again, it's been 7 years since it's been given out, so there's a lot of different individuals who could potentially be nominated to receive that award.
Right.
Let's go over, so we said that award started in 2000, the T. Gerald Florence Outstanding Alumni Award. And who have been the past recipients?
Okay, we started in the year 2000 with Dixie Polly Hibbs. I won't say which class she was from. She might not appreciate that, but folks that know her know all the phenomenal things she has done and continues to do in this community. So that was very well deserved. Melissa Blackburn Boblet, another person that is very active in the community still, and that's what is very, it just makes me feel really good to know that Nelson County is producing these incredible kind of people that are out there making changes and staying in their own community to do it. The next is William Broadus. Most folks are familiar with him through the athletic director and different things he has done at the school. Ernest Ruby, and that was someone that had graduated a lot further back. We do like to have each student that they would have graduated at least 10 years ago. We think it's probably going to take at least the first 4 or 5 years to get through college or get through school, and then to really make their mark and make a difference. So then we have Amos Gritton, and he was from Bloomfield High School, which is very interesting to me that we had so many high schools that were graduating classes before it was all consolidated, right? Wade L. Hibbs, don't know if he is related to Dixie, but maybe in some way. Judy Carney Creech, and that's someone that a lot of people are familiar with. She was with the Bloomfield High School. And then Marion Davis Creech also, and that was in the same year, 2007. Next we have Thomas Marshall Williams, and he graduated from Chaplin High School. And then we have Mr. Kenny Fogel, who graduated from Nelson County, and I know a lot of folks are very familiar with Kenny. Frederick DeWitt is Nelson County Schools. Antonio Travis was Nelson County Schools. And that's all we have so far. So we are really looking forward to getting a lot of new names in that list, a lot of distinguished folks out there that have done incredible things. And we would just love to have you participate in that and then attend this event. It's just going to be a very informal meal in the cafeteria at Thomas Nelson Schools. I've got a lot of folks tell me they still have not been able to visit the school. If you don't have kids in the system, then you might not have been out there yet, just to see what a spectacular, phenomenal job they've done on it.
Absolutely.
And then the program does begin at 6:30. We tried to come up with a time where it was early enough that our students and our folks can attend, but late enough that if people have to come after work, then they could still get there for the program at 6:30.
Absolutely.
So that's why we kind of put it together that way.
Okay, so that's going to be on Thursday, April the 26th at Thomas Nelson High School. Tickets are $10. You can get your tickets in advance. Call 502-349-4650. Also, nominate the individuals for the Outstanding Alumni Awards. And we have the scholarships for the students as well. So a whole lot of information available. And it's all available by going to communitysupportfoundation.org or by getting in touch with the school system or with Dorothy here. And she'd be happy to pass that on, right?
I certainly would. We'd love to hear from you. Absolutely.
And again, I've been talking with Dorothy White, who's the Executive Director for the Nelson County Schools Community Support Foundation. So come on out, mark your calendar for April the 26th. This has been Gary White for Channel 6 Television.